Welcome back to Live with All Your Heart. We've been having an exciting time talking with our guests today, and some of the things that we've been saying regarding living with all your heart is knowing who you are, the definition of yourself, so that you can live yourself. You only have your own life to live every day, and all of us want to live with all of our hearts because it's an exciting journey. And Vance, our guest, said that it's an adventure. I love that word. And then we talked about our bodies and how the blood pumps 2 gallons of blood per minute. And I want to add this. Do you know that, let me get this fact straight, that we lose 10 million cells per second. And the next second, we make 10 million more. I'm saying, be awed by you. So are you making your own journey? As you're going through your book, are you looking at who you are? We said on page 4, you can find some words that will kind of get your motor going, and you realize, gee, yeah, I am this magnificent. So now we're going to talk a little more about loving ourselves, loving who we really are. And we're going to share from page 25, we're looking at, with our friends today, there's a sentence there that says, I love myself more and more each day. Appreciation emanates from my being. I continue to evolve and expand. I know the fullness of who I am. I choose to feel happiness and exhilaration, and that's on page 26. So I love myself more and more each day. What does that feel like and look like for you every day?
It's fun. You didn't read my favorite part of the book.
Oh.
For this chapter, I have lots of favorite parts of the book. I love my uniqueness and the uniqueness of others. Our differences add to the beauty of the world. Each one brings a wonderful variety of personalities, skills, opinions, and talents. I just enjoy that so much. I just really enjoy my uniqueness, which is something I used to feel more that I had to suppress.
Yes.
Because I didn't think that fit in, or maybe it wasn't appropriate, or I find all these things funny and nobody else would find them funny. I sit at my desk, my person who sits beside me, she's used to me now because I say things like, I just laugh at my own self. I'm having a ball. It's wonderful. I don't know about you guys. I enjoy the uniqueness a lot more.
If I can add to that.
Sure.
Right, when you go back to page 4, all those words, those descriptive words, kindness, thoughtfulness, and if I can coin or put all those words in one to form one word, I come up with love. And therefore, I describe myself in the uniqueness or a channel, or I become a channel for love. And wherever I go, because I'm channeling love, I bring out love in you. And I don't want to sound weird, but if we can all learn to love each other and just be love in the presence of everybody.
So that starts with loving yourself then, and that's what
Absolutely.
This is saying. I love myself more and more each day.
When I recognize that I am love, I'm loving myself, I want you to love yourself too. But that comes from learning to live with all your heart.
Yes.
You gotta get that.
When I was in school, in high school, we had to learn a saying, what is self? And it was self is the sum total of who and what you are. And I used to always say, well, who am I? You know, I'm my father's child, I'm my mother's child, and get along. But it actually didn't make sense to me until I started reading this book. The sum total of who and what I am was when I started reading, I understood the sentence. It's like, wow, there's years ago, I wouldn't say how many. It's taken that long for it to actually have meaning. And it's like my sum total of who and what I am is on page 4, the list. That's my sum total.
And that list is a short list.
Yes, and it's so much
it is.
more.
Yes.
It's more than that.
Yes.
But that's just the start. And when I discovered that, and I'm like, my sum total, wow, that now I'm just in awe of me. And I'm like, oh, wow, I'm a sum total of love, joy, peace, kindness. Awesome. It's just, yes. And it's really great. And I love it. And I love to actually see it in others. That in spite of those who you may feel that, they're not being very kind to me. But I look beyond that because they are awesome as well. And if I show them awesomeness, then they present it back to me. And so that's myself.
And I think that's the greatest joy, when you are being who you are and know who you are, and then someone comes to you and says, you know what, I appreciate you for who you are, and now I can do it. And that makes me feel even better. I don't know about you all. I enjoy that.
I tied back what you were saying about love. I think about the uniqueness element. It's a bit as though the uniqueness is the way that we express that we are loved. All of us are loved. The expression of it is the uniqueness, and it comes through our gifts and our talents when we allow ourselves to share them. All of us are loved. Love being love doesn't boast, it's patient, it's kind, it doesn't harm others, it's unselfish. So we have so many unique ways to express it, but first we have to recognize it within ourselves.
Yes.
And then out it comes.
Out it comes.
Kind of
And we have to
really
learn to, on page 4 as well, learn to cultivate and express. Because you can't just read it and say, I am these things. We actually have to cultivate it and live it. And so once we start, live with all your heart. That's the whole thing there, live with all your heart. We're living who we are.
And so you've been listening to the exciting journey. You can tell we could just go on and on and on. Live with all your heart. So we're inviting you to go through your book, Live with All Your Heart, to enjoy your journey, to have an adventure of fun, a life of great exhilaration, because again, you deserve to live with all your heart. I'm your host, Saadia Bean, and we're looking forward to having you with us. On our next episode, we're going to be talking about thoughts and feelings. Ooh, we all have them. And those feelings, wow, they can be really exhilarating or they can be a bummer. So join us next time when we'll talk again about living with all your heart through thoughts and feelings. Keep living with all your heart.